going on, everyone? Let's adjust this audio. It's not blasting out our ears. Let me know if that's too loud. Welcome to another Rokoko Office Hours. I'm Sam Lazarus, Creative Director for Rokoko. And this is a time, if you haven't been here before, when we're just live. We play around with some mocap. Today we're going to be recording some motion capture, and then we're going to be jumping into Houdini to do some really fun, surprisingly easy crowd stuff. And I'm really pumped about this workflow and to go through this because it's a blast. And in an hour, I think we're going to do some really great stuff. And I'm just going to kind of jump into it because I just want to roll through it, and I do have a harder out today than normal. So we'll go for about an hour, but this is going to be a lot of fun. So here is what we're going to be doing today. And so this is a walk cycle that I created in Rokoko Studio. So we're going to be making some walk cycles for The Last of Us. Like clickers kind of thing, like zombies. And yeah, this was a walk cycle that was made in Rokoko Studio. Then we put it on a little character, rigged it up, and now we have this dynamic crowd where we can do explosions and all sorts of interesting things. We can even do stuff that's like on more of an individual level. For example, today, I want to do two things. I want to do a clicker or zombie that's like running at your character and gets shotgun blasted. So this is one crowd agent that we're going to be working with. But then we'll make a whole crowd or horde of zombies running that's dynamic as well. And I think we're going to be able to do all of that pretty quickly. What's going on, Sasha? And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. But I am going to be just kind of zipping through stuff because this is such a fun workflow. Look at this. It's amazing. And Houdini, there's an apprentice version, so you can download the full Houdini for free and like follow along click by click. So it's pretty easy. Okay, so let's do it. We're gonna jump into a suit. I'm gonna close down Houdini for now. We're gonna jump into our Rokoko Smart Suit Pro 2. Let's make sure the music is down. Is it down on this one too? Okay, good. Yeah, it is. So I used to start these, office hours in the suit already, but then I thought, it's more fun to like jump in the suit live. Okay, and hopefully also we have a new camera setup, so we'll see if anything goes wrong there. But yeah, if you don't know, we make motion capture hardware and software. So this is the Smart Suit Pro 2. This is kind of our flagship product. Hello, Evan. Takes about a minute, to jump into. You don't need cameras or anything. You just need a Wi-Fi network. So I got my dedicated Wi-Fi router sitting in the room right over there. And I'm actually going to connect to that network right now before I plug in my suit. Let me jump over. So I have Ethernet connected for the internet, but then I'm connected to this Wi-Fi network that is not actually even connected to the internet. That's my suit runs off of. And that way, what my suit is using is a clean Wi-Fi network that no one else is on, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna throw on my gloves. We got some smart gloves. These plug in right into your suit, and then you just use a generic battery to power everything. Man, I can't wait. I just can't wait to get to the Houdini part. So we're going to zip through it. We're making a zombie pack of motion capture. And we'll give out this motion capture pack on our website in the free resources section. That the link will be added to this if it's not already in the description. There we go. Just got to put on my head sensor. Boom. And let's plug in our suit and create a new scene. And for any of the stuff that I'm going to be doing today, there's probably a YouTube tutorial that we've put out that goes through it in more depth. So if you're confused about something I'm doing, I'll probably say this a lot, but go check out the YouTube channel. Okay, so what do we got? We got office hours. It's 23:03. What is it? 23. Weird. Office hours. And we're gonna call this Zombie Pack. This is Rokoko Studio, our software that we're gonna be using to make some motion capture. Woo, here I am. You know, everything was already paired up. So all I need to do is add in this actor profile, which has my height measurements and hand measurements. Add my suit to that. Obviously this still looks pretty funky. But once we do a calibration pose, should look better. And yeah, we're gonna be doing zombie mocap. So we'll do some like zombie hunter kind of vibe. I don't know what is going on here. I think we're gonna actually go out of this scene. Close. I don't know why there's that extra. Yeah, okay, it's gone. Nice, okay, calibrate again. And let's make some zombie motion capture. And then we're gonna bring it into Houdini. Okay, so I think the first thing that we're gonna do is we'll just do clicker idle. So this is zombie. This is The Last of Us, you know, zombies. In theory, this could probably be used for any zombie, but that's gonna be kind of the theme of this pack. So we like to create like a little mocap pack, right, that we're gonna give out on the website. So I'll turn off my sexy background blur, which makes me sad, but it'll be easier to see what I'm doing. And yeah, we'll just do clicker, you know, idle. And I've been looking at the show kind of and the game footage, and you know, they kind of do that kind of thing. So we'll do clicker idle, and we're just gonna, if you have ideas for zombie stuff, put it in the chat. But otherwise, I'm gonna run through this because I want to get to Houdini and make a walk cycle, dynamic walk cycle. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, clicker idle. You know, they just kind of do random movements like that. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna go through and like check it. I mean, I think that's gonna be like pretty good. Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so that's clicker idle. Now we're gonna do the clicker basically getting hit by the shotgun blast. So this is one of the animations we're gonna bring into Houdini. We're gonna retarget it onto our character, then we're gonna bring it in Houdini, and we're gonna ragdoll punch this clicker like a shotgun blast, which will give us some really interesting, like, realistic physics, which are just gonna look super cool. So I'm gonna give us a little bit more room here, and come on, you know, I didn't spend 6 years in acting school for zombie stuff for nothing, you know. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I don't know. They all move like that. Yeah. It's fun though. Okay, so here we go. Clicker. This is like noticing the person, Ellie, getting shot in the shoulder and then like going after her. You'll kind of see what I mean. So we're going to do a calibration pose. There we go. And here we go, clicker, like getting noticed and shot. Okay, feeling it, feeling that clicker energy, loving it. So this is basically what was, so this is the character, and what's great is you can use Houdini crowds for individual agents, or you can do like a big crowd. Yeah, this looks awesome. This is gonna look so good. I have a sweet clicker model, but this is the shot, right? So here's the clicker. It's like doing its thing. Up, notices you. Boom, shoot it in the shoulder. Boom, shotgun blasted against the wall. Okay, let's keep going because I want to get to it. So this is clicker attack. we're gonna call them zombies because this pack hopefully will be useful beyond The Last of Us. I mean, these clickers kind of move in their own way, but zombies kind of, you know, it's all the same. Okay, we got to do a calibration pose. Now we're gonna do some walk cycles for zombies. Which I think will be cool, and we're gonna do both kind of zombie. I think there's runners in Last of Us. I haven't played in years. I need to go back and play it to watch the show. But we're gonna do clicker, like running, and we're gonna do straight up like zombie. We'll do zombie walking. We'll do clicker walking, clicker running, zombie walking, zombie running. So we'll do 4. And what's great is we're gonna be able to turn on treadmill mode, and you'll see here. I can get into a better position here. Maybe, and you can see what I'm gonna do. What's up, Renix? We're making zombie stuff today. Okay, so we're gonna do a calibration pose, and then we're gonna start with clicker walk cycle. And you'll kind of see what I mean later when we put them together. So this is not like attacking. This is just like walking in a horde. Here we go. Okay, let's check that out. That should have looked cool. Treadmills, worth buying your own treadmill to get small nuances with the feet placement. You know, treadmills, they range, and also the Suit performance like ranges on treadmills. So it's really good to test treadmills. So that's what I would say for anything, for treadmill based, like test it. So the only problem with this walk cycle is that they're not moving. It's not moving in a constant rate, which can be a problem. Is it kind of, because otherwise the feet will like slide. I mean, but it doesn't really matter. So that's a good one. Let's do one more that's like more constant. Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of do these, and I just want to get to the Houdini, baby. Ayo, this is sick. Thanks, Danny. Danny Love, sorry if I'm butchering that. Okay, so we're gonna do a constant walking forward zombie. Zombie, not clicker, right? And then we're gonna do the rest of them. Okay, let's do it. Let's record. Okay, there we go. Let's check that out. Let's go. Yeah, so that would be way easier for Houdini to have proper foot placement. I mean, unless you get into like foot tracking stuff, which is, we're going for like the easy Houdini solution. Okay, so now we're gonna do clicker like running and attacking. So I don't really have room for this. We're gonna try it. Okay, here we go. They kind of swing their arms crazily. That was bad. I already know it. That was bad. I'm gonna try it again. Come on, delete. Garbage. Don't even need to look at it. Gotta really, I don't have enough room. Oh man, I need enough room to do my acting. Okay, here we go again. That was better. It might be difficult to loop, but we're just gonna go with it because I want to get through this. Let's play it. Yeah, head goes kind of crazy. So I would clean up these foot contacts. I'll have to do that. Okay, now we're doing like regular zombie stuff. How far can you go from a Wi-Fi router? I mean, as far as you can go in theory, as far as it's strong. Depends on the Wi-Fi router, depends on the situation. But a mesh network, I really want to test one on like a football field and string out routers on a mesh, you know? And in theory, you could just run and it would be fine. But you know, I keep it in the same room and I think that's smart. Ooh, it's getting dark in here. Okay. Zombie, now just straight up kind of zombie. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We got a zombie. I don't think we're gonna go for zombie sprint cycle. I like don't have a big enough like doorway there. So this is really good. That would be a good zombie. We got clicker running. We got pretty much everything. We could do like clicker getting up from feasting and running at you. Let's do that. That's cool. Okay, so we're gonna turn off. We're gonna go back to the front. We are going to turn off treadmill mode. We're going to do a cow. And then we're gonna do a zombie, just ripping through a corpse. And then getting up and running after you, you know? Classic zombie. Here we go. That's like top-notch acting, if I do say so myself. Here we go, let's play it back. Then we're gonna do some heroes. Look at this. Look at this zombie, it's terrifying. We need to clean this up, but this will look good. So you can see all these foot contacts go bad. There's just 10 seconds to clean it up. Yeah, I don't know if it would help that much, Renix. In theory it would, but it sounds like a lot of work to me. I don't know. I'm not into that really. I'm just into like this. It kind of works this way. That's like too many. Now I've got Vive up and running, so I've got, you know, I guess I've got Unreal or something, or I got Steam up. You know, so many things. And it's just like I can just record this and fix it. It's so easy to edit. Okay, we're doing Survivor stuff now. I need a pistol. Okay, and we're just gonna do like, we'll do some idols and then we'll do like attacking and stuff like that. Do an idol first. Oh, you know what? Actually cancel. I feel like every single, we should definitely, this is fun. So this is one of the huge advantages of an inertial motion capture system versus an optical system. We're gonna put on a backpack. And if I wanted to be more real about it, I would weigh this thing down. But survivors always have backpacks, so let's put on a backpack. And this is, you know, this will give me like a lot more to kind of play with. Let's see if we can just kind of rest this here. Okay, let's do this now. Here we go. Okay, let's we gotta redo that again because I just want to delete. We're going. I just want to get to Houdini, baby. Okay. Record. Screwed it up again. Okay, you can see me. Oh, and I think, okay, so we had, sometimes you just got to repower the suit. It looks like my leggies have decided to stop cooperating. So we're gonna unplug and just replug back in. In the meantime, yeah, so this is what, yes, the stream is always saved, so it'll definitely be saved. And then, yeah, you can check it out if you want. But yeah, this is what VTubers use sometimes. There's a lot of different types of technology for this sort of thing. Look at that. Okay, we might need to, hold on. Let's close out, reboot, unplug. You know, especially during a live stream, that's when things really start to go wrong, baby. Okay, let's plug our suit back in. Now we got our gun, we got our backpack. We can, you know, we can be idle. We got our other Nerf gun, shotgun, all key. You know, it's funny how it's like I feel so stupid buying Nerf guns, but you know, in the store, but it helps so much your performance. Like having a prop matters so much. Okay, so we're going to Survivor Town. Okay, let's do idols. Let's go. Okay, that's good for an idol. That's fine. Yes, we just did a new huge update. You can always get a book a one-on-one demo. I'm seeing in the chat people worried about magnetic interference. Totally book a one-on-one demo. We'll walk you through what some of the dangers can be if you can test for it. Boom, look at that. Idol, cool. Okay, let's just do, we gotta do, like, we gotta move, because I want to get to Houdini. I know I keep saying that. Here we go. We're just killing zombies here. Okay, killing zombies and turns out getting eaten. Somehow made a mistake there and got eaten. Didn't plan to do that, but you know, sometimes you just gotta flow with it. Here we go. Oh shit, I see a zombie. Looks pretty good. Looks great. Okay. We're gonna do just like walking, and then we're gonna do shotgun, and then we're gonna go. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do a calibration pose. And we're gonna do walking with the gun. There we go, walking with the gun, and then we'll do shotgun, and then we're gonna move on to Houdini. Okay, I'm not even gonna look at it. I trusted it was good. Now we just do shotgun. Here we go. I don't think that's how shotguns work. Should have looked at that beforehand, but we're gonna run with it because we got zombies to blow up. Let's go. Okay. I mean, it looks good. I just don't think I'm pumping enough shells in there at the right time. Something. Okay, taking the suit off and we're going because I just really do want to jump into this Houdini workflow because it's so amazingly easy. Looks pretty good though. Everything looks really good. I don't know if it lost connection mid-capture, did it? Oh, it might kind of live. It kind of looks, you know, it can look wonky sometimes. That's why I like the preview. You know, what you're seeing live after it's processed could be very different. Okay, I'm jumping out of the suit. Yeah, here we go. I need my chair. I need my coffee. Let's bring down our little thing here. Okay, bear with me. Ooh. And we'll do our little, you know, our little nice circle. You gotta get your nice little circle going here. Otherwise, you're not a really cool live streamer unless you got your little circle. There we go. And also, of course, my blur. And then let's jump into Houdini. So I'm just gonna. Okay, so we have our stuff that we're gonna take into Houdini. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in this zombie attack animation. So we're gonna put it on our clicker and bring it into Houdini. And so this is not a walk cycle. So let's watch this again. We just made this, right? This is a whole like animation. So it's we don't really need to worry about looping this or anything. What we need to worry about, because we're not going to loop it, we're going to let this play out, and then at some point we're going to impact it with a rigid body basically in Houdini and trigger a ragdoll, and it doesn't need to loop, right? A walk cycle, if we want to make a crowd of zombies that are running across a terrain, then it needs to be a walk cycle, because then Houdini's going to take that and it's going to basically put the walk cycle into a particle that moves over the landscape, and that's kind of how you get these crowds, right? But in this case, we just want the ragdoll. We don't need to make a big crowd. So I'm just gonna clean up this foot contact right here, and you can see it's so important to clean up your Rokoko motion capture if it needs it, which it like often will. So right there, I just got rid of one little thing. Like right here, we could get rid of this segment because it's a duplicate. This is actually one segment. But this is how Rokoko kind of calculates good motion capture. It's based on knowing where your feet are and how they're contacting the floor. So it's really important you go through and make sure this is right. It makes a huge difference. You can see if we were just to do something like this, like look at this. All right, that's not a good example, but right here, this left foot, it's off the ground, right? Which is all right. This looks correct. But if initially when we opened up the file, it was like this, which could happen, happens a lot, it looks bad. So it just takes 2 seconds, fix it, boom, you got good mocap, right? Looking great. We just released a huge update to the suit, so it's looking better than ever. Running is looking so good. But yeah, let's get into it now. Okay, so we've got Zombie Attack 01, and we are going to add it to the export list. We're going to export a Mixamo at 30 FPS. I like to use 30, so that's what I'm doing. Then we're going to open up Maya, and I've got a nice Renix. This is like, I remember you were pumped when I did this like a year and a half ago, and you were like, this is exactly what I need. It's still so easy. It's gotten even easier. Houdini is constantly so good. So that's our zombie attack right there. Oh, I didn't rename any of these, but let's go try and find some walk cycleness for a horde. And I think we're gonna grab that one where it was, yeah, like this. I wanted a running, we need an aggressive zombie for that. We gotta go this. Let's see how this looks, and then we can, yeah. Yeah, we could try this. I think this will be good. Okay, so this is zombie attack. No, okay, so this is zombie. So this is zombie. Oh, what's this? Walk cycle. Yeah. Zombie aggressive. And we will export this. Same way, Mixamo skeleton, 30 FPS, export clips. Okay, in the meantime, I haven't actually rigged up our character yet in Maya, so you're gonna see me do this. So you could, my workflow is I use Maya to do all of my rigging, and then I usually work in Cinema 4D for everything else. So you could do this in Cinema. We have tutorials for retargeting in every program, except Unity, that one's coming. On the YouTube channel. So everything I'm about to do, you can do. We have like 20-30 minute YouTube tutorials that cover all this stuff. It's really easy to do. And so, yeah, but in Maya, basically I have this Mixamo rigged character. I have a preset to characterize it, which is what you basically telling Maya which bone is which, is what I just did. But I have a preset for Mixamo characters that basically allows me to be like, hey, Maya, you know which bone is which, because I've done this before. And so it does it for me. So that was really easy, right? And then we're gonna save this, actually. First, actually, we're gonna make, so when Mixamo characters come in to a T-pose, they have this thumb that's down here. And for Rokoko motion capture, what you really want is for this thumb to be like lying flat, kind of like that. So I'm gonna do that right now, and basically it's gonna the base pose, we want it to be as close to the Rokoko mocap T-pose as possible. So that change will help the rest of our motion capture, kind of. Yeah, so that looks good. Oh golly, but I think, yeah, oh, Mixamo comes down with keyframes, so it didn't save that. So frustrating. Let's do it one more time. Choop. And this thumb. Choop. Squeeze them in. There we go. And let's save as The Last of Us. Oh. Female clicker rigged. Okay, now we've got our character and we're ready to import our motion capture that we exported. So we exported our motion capture, Zombie Attack 01 Mixamo. Import it. I'm gonna add the new skeleton to a new namespace. This is a weird Maya thing that you don't need to worry about in most programs. Again, we cover all this in the tutorial. I know I say it so much, but I feel like I move so fast, especially today, because I'm really just trying to get through it, that it's confusing what I'm doing, but it's all covered in the tutorial. This is just basic retargeting in Maya. And there we go. Looks really good. So anything that we need to correct, like, not really. I like the way this looks. This looks awesome as is. Let's bake it to a control rig. It would be really easy to do editing of this, but this kind of looks fine. Hello, Alberto. Good to see you. No, Houdini the app. Okay, so one thing that I could do, which I normally do on animation, is run it through a smoothing filter in Maya. But because this is such a twitchy character, I actually think it's better if it's not run through that animation. However, one thing that I will sometimes do is, and I hopefully we'll be adding this as more of a feature in like Rokoko Studio, but I feel like characters can lean slightly backwards. So sometimes I adjust the chest for the duration slightly forward, and it makes it just kind of more aggressive, and I think it makes the center of balance look better. But this looks great. We're ready to go. Like, export. I know I'm moving fast, but we're almost to Houdini. Oh, it's gonna blow everyone's minds. Clicker, attack from Maya. Not staying clean and organized at all, but that's okay. What time do we got? What have we done? It's been 37 minutes. We've recorded all of our motion capture. We've retargeted to a character, but we haven't gotten to Houdini yet. And I am trying to, we're gonna end this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do the crowd. Maybe we'll see what we can do. Okay. There we go. That's done. Closing Rokoko Studio. We will get this zombie pack up on our free resources page on the website soon enough, but now we're out and we're into Houdini time. Huzzah, huzzah. Hello, Sam Kaz. Hello, Evan. Hello, hello, hello. It's about to get crazy. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I love ragdolls. It's still something that is so difficult to do for most programs. Unreal, I really want to get into Unreal's ragdoll system. It seems really powerful, but also it seems like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. I need to learn more about Unreal in general. But I've seen some crazy animated dynamic stuff in Houdini, which is in Unreal, which is, you can do it in Houdini too, but I think it's pretty easy in Unreal, where characters are moving and dynamically they're getting hit by things, but then they're like, right, they're standing back up because it's a game engine. Okay, so let's go grab, I'm just gonna go, we could probably jump in directly to Houdini at this point, but I prefer to actually, so we're gonna be working in Cinema 4D, so therefore I want the FBX of this clicker to come from Cinema 4D. Look at this beautiful clicker. Terrifying. Horrifying. 540 frames. Almost exactly. Very pretty. Look at this. Look at that shit. Terrifying. This is a great model I found on CG Trader. Really good. Just like, let's take a peek at it. It's disgusting. It's a really great model. Not a lot of models of clickers. This one was, I ended up purchasing it because I think I'm going to use it in a bunch of things. Because it's just it was a great model. They do not all look like this. This fungus has a weird alpha clear. Look at that. Ugh. Gross. Look at the mouth. Really solid model. Okay, this looks awesome. Let's go into Houdini. What do we need? Do we need this? Can we get rid of this clicker, that reference shit? Yes, we can. So we have a character. Let's check the size. It's about the right size, about 6 feet tall. So everything checks out, looking good. And we're gonna go and we're gonna export FBX. Okay, clicker, attack for Houdini. Not the best naming conventions, but it's fine. Let's open up Houdini. Now we get into it. We are about to shotgun blast this clicker into the wall. It's gonna be awesome. And if I was better with Houdini, we would go over how to add clothes to it, and it's actually probably not that difficult. So, but what's great about this, I love jury-rigged workflows and things like that. This is like such a complicated program. I know a little bit about it. I've used it. I've forgotten more than I've learned about it somehow. Going through tutorials, it's just really complicated. But it has, if you're willing to be a little, lazy cheat, it has a lot of amazing shelf tools that make it really incredible to access some powerful features without getting too deep in the weeds. And so right now we are about to make this dynamic clicker. Let's go. So I went to the crowd. I'm just gonna talk and go, and I'll look at the chat later because I just want to do this cleanly. Go to the crowd tab, add an agent. Click on FBX. Let's go find our FBX file. Nope, not here. It was in, oh, it's in my folder structure. And it's called clicker for Houdini, FBX, right? Agent name, clicker. Clip name, we're gonna call the clip name, we're just gonna leave that. That could come in handy later if we wanted, but we're not gonna work on that. Okay, here we go. We've got our clicker. Everything looks good. Scale looks good, right? Everything is looking good. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to jump back up to the OBJ scene. We're gonna go to collision layer. It's gonna ask us to select and hit enter. Select my mesh. This is one mesh, which I think makes it easier, so that I did one mesh. And now you can see we have all these blue dots. So we just did the collision layer, and now it's asking us to, we can configure the joints, essentially. So these are going to be the dynamic bones that Houdini is using, and it'll take 5 seconds to build this. And the reason you do this instead of just using the mesh is we can build something really fast moving, because these bones are like very simple objects, right? These are what are going to be dynamic. Like it's like a big cube instead of like a card. You know, how many polygons are on this creature, right? A ton. Instead, it's just going to use these kind of cylinder things, and you can see in my collarbones I had one. Here's the neck. I didn't really do the collarbones. It's like fine, they don't have to do every one of them. You know, this is going to define where your character is like hitting the floor and hitting other characters, so it is important. But you know, we're lazy. This is a lazy tutorial. Okay, sometimes it's hard to tell where these damn bones are. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one I don't want to make too big. It's like a weird one. It's like spine 3 or something probably. It's probably fine. But these ones I can do pretty well, right, for the chest. These like work pretty well. Boom. And I'm just clicking on each of these blue dots, and each of these blue dots represent a bone. And so we're building a low poly dynamic bone system for Houdini to use in all of its simulations. So I'm always surprised at how easy this is to do. I could probably move these too. I generally don't. Like we can move this around, but I'm just gonna leave it. And we can always come back and make adjustments. And now we just got the legs. And I'm not even, like normally I'd fit these legs closer. I don't care, man. Let's just go. That's pretty egregiously huge, but it doesn't matter. We're moving. We're shotgun blasting this thing. It's not even gonna matter. If I was doing more crowd where it was like interacting a ton with other zombies, ooh, I gotta get, oh, I already did that. We gotta get this side. Then I would spend a second and like, oh, make sure that this is like tighter, because some of the times the hand's gonna be hitting a zombie in the face, and you don't want it to be like, oh, why is the face getting hit back even though the hand isn't there? So that, you know, that's why you would want to make these more precise. And you could get really intense with these. But after we're done, okay, how long did that take? You know, 3.5 minutes. Then we can hit configure joints, select our model, boom, hit enter. And then down here you can see that it's built these nodes. And if we enable this test ragdoll sim, we can see how well this works. Pretty darn good. So there we go. We got our ragdoll. Boom. So what are we going to do next? We are going to, so this is when you would normally populate and then simulate. And I am going to populate this. So populate would basically be like, we've set up this agent. Now we can have this agent be populated over a space, like a starting zone, right? Populate a space with these agents. We are going to use one agent. We have this one character. But we're still going to go through this because I don't I don't want to screw up the workflow, and this is the way I know how to do it. So I'm gonna hit populate. We're just gonna create a crowd of 1. Hit enter. You can see, oh, it created like 1,000,000 of them. I'm actually gonna go back and we will create a grid, and we'll populate onto the grid. Populate. Okay, so now we have a bunch of them, right? But we're gonna go down and just make this 1. And we're gonna make the grid smaller. Okay, there we got our guy, right? If we play, it'll do its thing. But now what we're gonna do is hit simulate. Select our guy, and then we're gonna select both the C4D main, which is going to be the animation, and ragdoll. Now if we hit accept, we're so close to being done here. It created this DOP network. If we jump into this, we need to add 2 things. We need to add a crowd trigger node, and we need to add a crowd transition node. And you can just follow what I'm doing click for click. It doesn't really matter if you know what I'm doing, and you can get to this result, right? And so, yeah, I have a tutorial on this, but I'm just going through it now because I just want to get to it. So crowd trigger, we're going to change for type to RBD impact data. And we don't have any objects yet, but essentially this is where we're going to put a sphere that's going to impact our character. And that when it is impacted by that sphere, it will transition from the C4D animation to a ragdoll, right? There we go. So we're going to go back up. We're going to go to collisions now. We're going to add a ground plane, and I'm going to add a sphere. And you can see what we're going to do with the sphere. This is going to be our colliding object. This is going to be our shotgun blast. Let's hit static object. That's going to make it a collider. And if I go back into the crowd sim over here, you can see that it's added the ground plane and the sphere as collider objects. So if we go back to trigger, now we can add these as trigger objects. So let's add the sphere, and we're ready to go. Let me select this sphere. Ooh, we should save. Haven't saved once. Really smart. So let's save before we lose all that work, which would be typical. We're gonna call this Zombie Attack 01. There we go. And now we're gonna select our sphere, and let's hit play, baby. What's gonna happen? Oh, right. So right now it's moving. The crowd is moving. So we need to go back into the DOP, and there's this particle. We need to basically make it so that there's no, pop source, birth, life expectancy, impulse, attributes, inherit velocity. So just make this 0. And set initial velocity as 0 across the board. So now it shouldn't move. Did move. So we need to make it... Well, you can see, even if it's moving, we should be able to trigger it. Let's see. Hold on. I just want to see if I can trigger you. Yep. Oh no, hold on. Oh, okay, here's the last thing. So we need to go and under C4D, make this animated static. So that will basically allow us to hit it with things. Boom. Now we can hit it with things. And we can turn, so hold on, let me, we gotta figure out how to stop it from moving, which is gonna be crowd object, where is it? It's up, I thought it was, so pop means particle, essentially. Inherit attributes. No, I don't want it to inherit anything. Use inherited velocity. Okay. Oh, now it's not inheriting anything. Oh. Look at what we got here. So now we've got a non-moving crowd object that we can just fuck up. Excuse the language, but there we go. So let me show you what I mean here. So let's see what the let's turn off dynamics. Oh no, it's a dynamic object. Gotta turn it back on. Okay, let's just play it out. Let's see its path, and we're going to probably severely injure this poor zombie. Okay, gets shot. We got to increase the timeline here. About 540, I believe. And then timeline should be 30 FPS. Apply FPS. Is that going to screw up everything? No. Okay. So let's play through it. Sodamonte, what's going on? Yes, fun one. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. One of the people holding down the whole Punisher stream and whole community. One of the mods over there. I don't even know what I call you. President Sodamonte. Yeah, this is super fun workflow. It's so easy. Okay, so this is kind of where the shotgun blast is going to hit our poor zombie. And if we were just to leave this here, it's just gonna run into it. We'll see what that looks like. Boom. But we want to hit it. So the other thing that we're gonna do is we can really crank up the stiffness on this ragdoll. So we're gonna select ragdoll, and I'm gonna make stiffness 15 because bodies are very stiff. Actually, it turns out. Okay, here we go. So if we just want to start fucking with it. Come on. What sucks is it's so far down. Ugh. Boom, hit. And then, uh-oh. So this is where we get to really craft. I mean, look at, this is like, this is so cool. Like, look at this. This is freaking awesome. The reason this is so cool is because this is a very, like, physics will always add such realism to animation because it does things in very natural ways that we expect that are hard to animate. Of course you can hand animate all of this, but I can't do that. And so, you know, having this be a shotgun blast, having the arms like boom and the legs right go up like super cool. It's probably too stiff, or we could keyframe down the stiffness. But look at this. I mean, look at that right there. That is so awesome. Boom. So what's even, yeah, you can combine animations and stuff, but it's tricky. And this is the, like, what I'm doing here. This is all about super duper easy workflow, right? I want to do the most I can without learning about Houdini, which is a super complicated program. I want to learn just a little and do things like that, which are very difficult to achieve without Houdini. Boom. Like, what a cool animation. Getting hit by an explosion. You know, awesome. And then, like, what's even cooler, I like it when there's, like, some angular stuff happening, right? So let's get some angular destruction here. That one wasn't so good. But here, let's... And we could turn down... I think the stiffness is maybe a little too much. But yeah, let's like animate this and then let's move on to the crowd, right? Because yeah, we want to do that. Oh, it's only been an hour. Okay. Yeah, and there's so many ways to trigger this animation and stuff. Boom. but we are going to just do it this way. Okay, so let's play through the animation, and then we're gonna shotgun blast this character. We're gonna build some walls, because I think that would be cool to get a little wall interaction. And yeah, it's such a. I mean, you could easily add a little shirt animation on top of this or something and make it really realistic. I mean, this is like AAA level animation that you can get through this workflow, and we did it in less than an hour, in my opinion. Okay, so here we go. So right here, okay, boom. Right here. Okay, so it needs to look, it does it live. It's so cool. It needs to be here. So let's turn off the dynamics. 304. Okay, so we're gonna grab our crowd. We're going to Alt-click to create a keyframe here. We're gonna move this back. Alt-click. And we're gonna move it forward. Alt-click. Then we're gonna delete the middle keyframe. I'm not an animator. And we are going to move this so it's faster. We're gonna turn dynamics back on, hide our sphere. Let's see what happens. Play through it. It's gonna be cool. I'm telling you, it's gonna be cool. Okay, and then, oof, yeah. We might have to call it because I am on a bit of a tighter schedule today. Boom, shotgun, or getting hit by a pistol. Okay, so we need to crank up. Silly me, thinking that that was gonna be fast enough. Play it through again. I'm sure there's a way to do this where we could do our testing not having to play through the entire timeline, but again, my whole thing is like, what's the easiest way I can do this? And if I have to subject, what time is it for me? It is noon. Where are you, Soto? You're in, are you in West Coast? Okay, so that's okay. I mean, that does look good, but what we want to do is I want to blast. See, yeah. We need to have this be a little bit more. This away. Keyframe. Ooh, okay. Okay. Let's check that out. Let's check that out. Oh, you're in Spain, so it's late. It's late for you. Spoiled engine. Oh man, it's so easy. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Okay, that's not enough. So that's impacting at the wrong spot. So it really needs to go from below, I think. And I think it just needs like more punch, which means it just needs to be a little bit faster. Because I want to blast this clicker with a Doom level shotgun blast up against the wall, right? Okay, so here comes the clicker. Here we go. Come on, get there. I just want to see it. I mean, it's cool, but it's not cool enough, man. It's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so it needs to make way more contact. That it's hitting the chest way off center. So, okay, we just need to go. And then move it up. And we are, okay, this is gonna be the one, I think. This is gonna be the one. Hopefully this is it. Is there a new challenge? Is there a new challenge for Punisher? After moving, is it our challenge? No. Oh. Yes. Yes. So close to what I'm envisioning. Okay, so let's get even more interesting here now. So let's get our wall. Yes. Well, it's not, I don't think it makes a ton of sense, but like to have a wall this close to the hallway, excuse me. Oh, it's for the weekly. Cool. What's the weekly? The weekly is Left 4 Dead or something? Or that's just what somebody's thinking about doing. Okay, here we go. Boom. And we got our wall that is in place now. I think we would want, oh, okay. So now we got, okay. We're not gonna make it to the crowd. Because this is too fun. But we have to add a ton of friction. Let's make this 20. And then under collisions, do we need to add any friction here? No. Okay, so that's, I don't know if we're using bullet, but friction should be the important one. So I want it to hit that wall and kind of like slide down, you know? Ooh. That's interesting. The ground needs to come up a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so close. Boom, shotgun or pistol into the shoulder. Running. Ah. It's not bad. Let's try one more adjustment, and then I think we're gonna call it, unfortunately. Okay. But you could use these same things to just make a whole crowd, right? Using the walk cycles. And we didn't get to making a walk cycle, but I think I'm going to release a tutorial on this that kind of breaks it down into a more easy to understand and use kind of format. And yeah, so that'll be really fun. Okay, that's kind of more what I was thinking. Wow, there we go. See, that's freaking cool. Oh, so great looking. Such a difficult look to get any other way. It really is. And of course, what you can do is you can go in and art direct this, right? You just add other colliders. You have spheres that push the legs. You know, once you've got this, you just kind of keep messing with it and you can get this really art directed look. And again, it's, and actually, hold on, this might help. Let's add a grid. See this? It wasn't on our character, but yeah, it can just give you this way better, you know, way more professional kind of looking vibe than something that is like trying to act it out yourself. Especially, this is way better than that. Trying to hand animate it, like that's usually, I think, actually a more viable option than people realize for explosions. But for a big crowd of these things getting hit by an explosion, nothing is gonna come close to like what you could do with this, and it's so easy to do. So this is really stiff, you can see. We could like play with this stiffness. Because I think it's like a little too stiff. So we just go to ragdoll, take this down to 15, or you take this down to 10. And now the arms will kind of move, and you can set stiffness by particular length. Like you can do a million things in Houdini, right? This is like the tip of the iceberg. But it's really cool. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see, that looks way better, right? Look at that. This looks great. Boom. Like, oh, and then it hits the deck. Like, check this. This would be a cool view, for example. Oh. Here, yeah, like this view. Okay, I think we're gonna cruise it in a second. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to get to the rest of it because I'm heading out to get on a flight later tonight. But this was super fun. This was, you know, in an hour we went through a way to get this single agent result. You know. In Houdini. Really cool, really bespoke, like unique, and you can apply this whole workflow to a big crowd and get a big explosion, and maybe that's what we'll do next week, because I really do think this is so interesting and fun, and we're gonna get some really cool renders out of it. Ooh, getting feedback from the man, that's ideal. Lucking out, Sasha. I think we're going to call it right now, so you guys might have to do that on the Discord, because I do have to go, although I'd love to just stay and keep doing this, because this looks so good. Shotgun, blast. And then what we would do is we could just export out from here. We have our crowd, and we can export out an alembic or something. Let's actually try that right now. And then we gotta go. Alembic. ROP alembic output. Let's do that. Here we go. Current. Yep, in the save file, we'll do it. Not the frame, we wanna do the frame range, which is 0 to 500, boom. Yes. Let's go. Render. Rendering the alembic. we'll pull it back into cinema before we go, and we'll cruise it. And yeah, super fun one. And I don't think this is gonna come with all the thanks Alberto, thanks Evan, good to see y'all. Soda, thanks for dropping in, always cool to see ya. God, it's so dark in here. I need to up my ISO. But I just want to see if the textures transfer over. Output.abc. Yep. What's the deal with that? Okay, so it's only when I play. Weird. Okay, let's do it. We gotta, come on. We gotta do it. Oh, I gotta go. Oh, it's too fun. It's too fun sometimes. Gotta make it all look cool. Hold on. I just want to see what it looks like when it looks cool. Click, 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 click. Fixing textures, fixing textures. So something has gone wrong with the textures. That's interesting. Head. Is it gonna load? Doesn't look right. Houdini. Let's save it. Boom. Oh, so there's totally something wrong here with these textures. It's just because of the alembic. Which I would take the time to figure out if it wasn't, if I didn't have to go. Yeah, it's just missing something weird with the textures coming over. But the point is, ooh, look at this. Boom. What I always love about this stuff too is you can just crank up the time. Right? You want to do like a slow-mo sequence? Looks great. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. Thank you everyone for joining. This was super fun. We'll get back into Houdini stuff, and I want to put out a whole workflow because it's such a useful tool to getting these super realistic ragdoll dynamics. So yeah, get in there, time warp it. I forget how to do that right now, but it's easy to do somehow. Animation. No, can't. Oh, could I? No. There's a way to do it. I forget. No. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll just do it in post normally. Oh, looks so good. Really something just incredibly difficult to get. Oh, okay. Thanks for joining, everyone. Have a good weekend. I'm signing off finally. I'll see you in the next one. Nice, Soda. That's awesome. It's good to have you. These are super fun. And yeah, you know, it's fun to make some mocap, give it out, run into problems. I always like seeing people run into issues. I kind of want to do another stream at night, maybe. But anyway, okay. Bye, everyone. Yeah, you're right, Alberto.